Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Last time, Phineas Wells got boarded. And this time, well, we're going to see what's going on over at his lab.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Just tell everyone, Ada. God. We'll take everyone that's relevant. We only have a land size of 3 because those are the rules. Can't just bring like 7 people on here. Are you nuts? I just saw a red bar. I saw another one there. Corporate Trooper. There's this little beanhead right there. There's another one over there.
What?
Chicken butt.
Friend.
Watch out for bubbles, guys. Oh, fuck, they actually killed me. What? What? My God, it can happen. They actually killed my ass. Oh, that'll teach me to become complacent. Let's do this better than last time, huh? Oh yeah, I can move in real time while in TDD. Look at you guys taking 2 hits from a charged hammer like a champ. Look at that. Kicking my ass. Amazing. What do we got here? You spent so many decades in that thing. Bubbles, you're alright? Go Bubbles. Go ahead, Bubbles. There's a note. You might just run up to this without seeing those guys, and then you'd be shot in the ass. As per official arrest protocol outlined in the Defense Logistic Incarceration document seen here, the individual who has been detained at this location must appear in an official halcyon court at a pre-appointed date and time with this paperwork in order to register that they are indeed properly arrested for crimes listed under their name. Failure to appear at the appointed date and time with this paperwork will result in additional fees and a rescheduling of the prisoner's appointed incarceration registration date. Failure to appear to the subsequent court dates will incur additional fees. Halcyon Court is not responsible for misused appointments that are a consequence of being held within a locked cell or other high-security containment locations. Please note that this is the only copy of this receipt that you will receive, and that this is your responsibility to have it with you when you appear at your registration session. Well, I don't think he has it with him. Reminder, subject may be unstable. Is that for us or for someone else? I may be a little unstable. Heck 90 the bypass, huh? Heck 90, let's see. We want stealth skills, right? No, I had something in here with stealth skills. That's tech skills. Those are different. Lockpick. Melee. Perception. I'm not sure why I have this thing in here. Let's break that down. I thought I had one with stealth skills. Where the hell did it go? Am I stupid? I have sneak. That's... not this one's stealth skills. There you go. Bleed. We don't have anything else that really affects us, huh? He might have a workbench. I could probably cheat, too. There we go. We're good. If you're reading the screen, then I, Phineas V. Wells, have been perniciously kidnapped and very possibly incarcerated by the perfidious and cowardly government of Halcyon in the prison fortress of Tartarus. If I've not been already executed for charges leveled against me, I hope that the person ringing this terminal will find a way to finish my work or rescue me. Preferably the latter. This screen constitutes my last will and testament. I commend my body as well as my belongings to the icy depths of the ether. If this is Dr. Nathaniel Squishgood, I've prepared an emergency care package located in a hidden panel. Unlock the panel from my terminal and claim its contents immediately. See what's in here. I also have some other stuff. The Hope made it to Halcyon after all, 25 years too late. The board doesn't know what to do with the entire ship full of frozen colonists, so naturally they're going to leave them there. Corbett tells us revival is impossible. They've tried absolutely nothing, and apparently they're all out of options. I understand that reference. Balderdash. Cellular regeneration after long-term hibernation is really just a question of thermodynamics. I'm quite confident that I can find a way to revive the Hope's colonists, if only corporate would authorize my request. Frankly, I don't see why I need permission from my employers to conduct experiments in the name of scientific advancement. What nonsense. Did Newton beg permission from his employers before discovering the 3 laws of motion? Genius is not beholden to the vicissitudes of bureaucracy. Besides, the Hope has a cargo of hundreds of thousands of colonists. The board practically expects a few to go missing. 113 seconds, a new record. Most of my subjects last 93 seconds on average before total cellular liquefaction reduces them all to several gallons of organic soup, 3 degrees above freezing temperature. 113 seconds of screaming. The subject was stronger than the others, but in the end, his body failed to survive the revival process. He was the 12th subject to die. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Strictly speaking, I do know. The Hope has hundreds of thousands of colonists. I've only experimented on 12 so far. How many more experiments before I can successfully revive a single subject? 1, 10, 100, 500? Statistically insignificant. If I experimented on 1 subject every month, I would not even make a dent in the Hope's population in a lifetime. I can still hear the screaming, trouble sleeping, trouble concentrating, psychological toll, significant. On the subject, number 13. On to the next one anyway. I always suspected this would happen. The board finally discovered why I've done and sent their headhunters to track me down. But they'll never find me. They'll say I'm a murderer, and they're right, I am. I regret what I've done, but I'm not about to turn myself into the board. I'm not going to go begging for the board's forgiveness. The only the Hope's colonists can forgive me for what I've done. They're the only people who can set things right, and I'm going to find a way to revive them, no matter how long I have to stay in hiding. I've got my notes with me, I have my equipment, and now I have this lab. It's time that I return to my work. Alright, so we opened a panel. Where's the panel? Trying to remember where the panel even lives. Is it back here? It would appear that it's back here. Make sure we're safe in here.
Great work.
Thank you. I only do my best work when you're watching. He has his own thing. We have a Tartarus nav key. We have another level. Probably our final level. Also lethal as a sneeze. One moment. Fighting it. Fighting it. Oh, goddamn. Okay. We're back. I think I want more science. Science is now maxed out. We are at optimal science. We have 419% critical chance, 69 science weapons effect. That's pretty alright. Last 3 can go into intimidate to make the flat 140 when I'm wearing my proper outfit. Let's see, and as far as perks are concerned, what are we doing? Would you like this more carrying capacity? No, we'll just get more movement speed while we're in TTD. That sounds good. Maybe I'll start using TTD more. Or maybe I won't. Stay tuned to find out. We'll take your purple berry juice, you ain't drinking it. And I will have some chocolate while we get over the Tartarus. Anyway, while we have this time together, I'm very interested in playing it out. I'm not sure if I'll be able to preload the game. It releases tomorrow, but I don't have a preload option yet, and that's kind of concerning. We may be playing it Friday instead. We'll see what happens. But we will be doing a hand-to-hand sort of playthrough in that one.
Be embarking for a maximum security prison planet. I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Possibly some grievances. What game, Zeffy? It's Avowed. A-V-O-W-E-D.
Well, folks, I ain't exactly keen on busting into a prison, but riddling bored stooges with bullets does sound like a ride and a half.
Does sound
Mr.
pretty
Phineas
fun.
is just about the only person with power trying to do any kind of good in Halcyon. We gotta bust him out.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
I think it'll probably be fine. I mean, what's so bad about the labyrinth?
Let me put it this way. The labyrinth ain't got walls to keep prisoners in. It's got walls to keep the rest of the planet out.
Still, we can't do nothing. It wouldn't be right.
The armed surveillance protocols on a maximum security prison planet are highly sophisticated. As such, escapes are historically quite impossible and deadly. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
It's true, you went
Let's
there.
just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
And hammers.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
This is your explicit note that, hey, when you do it, this is it, kiddo. It's gonna fucking happen.
We gonna prepare?
Yep, we'll
Sure.
prepare real quick.
Guess I could give my ass-kicking boots another coat of polish.
Yeah, you're definitely going there,
You got some sort
Felix.
of plan in mind?
Yeah, we played smart. We talk our way through. I've never got a plan, and I'm not starting now, buddy.
Thinking on your feet's more important anyhow.
Yes, who needs a plan?
Excellent. Vicar and Nyoka are in on it. Let's throw down a big save. I don't think we'll come back to this reality, but if we do, we'll need that, all right? Anyway, let's go ahead and get on with it, as some might say. Up, 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 up. Onwards to Tartarus and the end of the video game. There are places we haven't been that you could explore on your own if this series does not continue. We have Hephaestus, and we have, well, Gorgon, of course. Typhon's over here. What could be there? There's also this. What lies there in Olympus? Anyway, we're going to go to Tartarus. Even the game again, it's like, listen, if you want to do other things, they're going to be unavailable after this point. Do you want to continue onto the railroad that ends the game? Yes. No. Yes. I threw down a save before this. We're good to go.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Of course, impossible at this time. Have anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
I mean, you promise not to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Uh-huh. And how long is that going to take? Of all the places to get arrested, god damn it, I have the worst luck.
UDL does appreciate the courtesy you've done us by delivering yourself here. As a show of our deepest gratitude, we will make your execution quite swift.
Uh-huh. Yeah, about that. Hey, you hallhead, don't you know who I am? Transmit your biometric ID so I know who to fire.
Huh? Oh, yes, sir. Right away, sir. I just couldn't see you clearly before. Screen's on the fritz. Damn thing. But for the record, now that I hear you, I totally recognize you. Totally. You're You, of course. Obviously.
Yep, me.
Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
That's probably fine.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
So of course the Groundbreaker just pulls up the fucking Tartarus for reasons.
See you soon, Captain.
He's all, listen, I gotta go. There's another one of these people I gotta threaten with execution. You know how it goes. Tartarus. It's got like an atrium there on Tartarus. Now let's put this away. Remember how we like were killing these Mardits just not too long ago? They're back. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They're here. Everyone run. Oh my god. Oh, the huge manatees.
I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
That can still happen.
Sanitization assessment. The labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
Exactamundo. See, Sam understands. We're level 40, Nyoka. This is no fucking issue. Never mind how I died.
Would you like Sam to tidy up this area? Waiting for confirmation command. Confirmation command not received.
It's alright, Sam. We'll do it. Another place for you to sneak through if you want to. You can, of course, just kill all these people. Lots of places for you to sneak through if you want. Which is nice, so why don't we try it? I thought there was more to this. Let's go back to the place so I can get back my incognitus bar. It is kind of ridiculous. You just stand here, you walk back out. Oh, no one knows. Welcome in there, Alan. 7 streaks. Where are your streaks? They're right there. They're under your nose. Alan beating Mega Man for the Game Boy today. In record time. Expected 2 hours. Got it in a minute and 38, or a minute. An hour and 38 minutes. What do you mean this is sealed? Making me do things, this damn thing. What? Chicken butt. Lethal tilt's head. Alright. Oh. No one move.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Listen. What's it to you? You want to get squished?
Whoa, nothing.
That's right.
I was just asking. I was going to welcome you aboard.
Oh, you got through 2 also. Excellent work. Anyway, I don't need a welcome.
Okay. All right.
just seize back, don't hurt me. That's right. Get it out of my face. At least 2 was probably, you know, more to your expectations of what to expect, right? With 1, he's like, what the hell are these levels? They're so long, and I can't remember the weaknesses. God damn it. Oh, I have to hold the button. There was some strays being caught by Chet in the first one. I only saw Metal Blade be obtained, and I knew he was going to do all right in the second game. Was it just as overpowered as it should be? That's really all I gotta ask. You know, I'm feeling arrogant enough. I'm just gonna put on my other clothes. Yes, Roomba. You might hear Roomba. It's fine. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Alan called someone's mother a Roomba during that broadcast as well on that. So that might be someone's mom outside. Let's see, how do I get over there? There's a lot of like debris and stuff. I think the first time I played through this, I just squished everyone.
Stellar base counting on us.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Just like weirdly looking over to the side with these energy blasts. Listen, what's it to you?
Whoa, nothing. I was just asking.
Yeah. You're welcome. Anyway, you should ow, fuck me. Ow. Watch out with that knife, friend. Oh, they got fucking eviscerated. Who the hell is this? Oh, the Iconoclasts are here. Well, that's good. Well, they were here. And then they died. Good job, Iconoclast, you dumbasses. He's got a promotion coming. That's good. Where am I going now? Gotta take it around here. All right. Probably be threatening someone else with some squishing.
Hold it. Something about you doesn't look right.
Is it my top hat? Anyway, could you just look the other way?
That's not what I'm saying.
You don't like the way I look? It sounded like you didn't like the way I looked.
Whoa. Forget I asked.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want any problems here. That's right. You don't. Jackass. See, I could go through here and crush everyone, but there's not really much for me to gain. It's better if I just don't waste my time, you know? So I'll just walk in here like I own the place, because I do. And here we have someone very important.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in.
And... oh, I had heard you were dragging around a repurposed janitorial mechanical. My staff jokes that it's because you're a walking pile of refuse.
Interactive database updated. The unique organic substance labeled Chairman has been classified as filth, imminent for incineration.
Calm down there, Samuel.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Uh-huh. About that. So, what is this announcement anyway?
Haven't you heard? Phineas is working for us now. It took some doing, but employing an efficient management strategy of putting our guns to his head seems to have done the trick.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that. He'd rather die than cooperate.
He is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around.
Man, you call our bluff,
But
god damn it.
that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
A miracle, yes, yes. Yeah, the crackpot who's been saving colonists like me that you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems.
You could eat them. That would be part of the solution.
But it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
I have, but you know what? I really don't have anything to say. I've really been just doing what I want. It's been pretty alright. You know, I wouldn't have to if you've been more cooperative in all this. I thought it really hadn't crossed my mind. I was just trying to help.
That's because you don't think ahead. Phineas's counterproductive plan doesn't make a lick of sense.
Uh-huh.
We don't need your help.
Alright. Well, I mean, either you're gonna be my bitch forever, or you're gonna be a squished bitch who's not mine. That are your two choices. Which one do you choose there, Chairman Rockwell?
You are a captain of action. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Uh-huh. Well, anyway, you wait here for my orders. And don't do anything stupid, or I'll fucking kill you, alright? Jackass. Now I don't have to worry about getting shot by anyone. We can also take a look around. We have some messages. Got some cameras. Sure, more cameras. There you go. Fantastic. We need that fucking green tarp. We're not getting one. Oh wait, I'm not out of the woods just yet. But don't worry, there's not really anything that is going to fight us just yet. We just have one last little hurdle to get over. I do like how Chairman Rockwell's all, listen, if you somehow don't get fucking killed in the next 15 minutes, I'll do whatever you say. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say that.
Speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Yeah, get him, Sandar. Oh shit. Oh yep, there they are. Excuse me, pardon me. You kids have fun.
It's nice. Calm before the storm and all that.
I know, I was just walking in. Everyone else is fighting.
Consider equipping a pack of Sam's special solvent Shadow remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splatter.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life.
Mm-hmm.
You've disrupted the balance of power.
Yep.
You've upset the natural order of things.
The natural
You've
order?
introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Well, I mean, I can give you certainty if you'd like to die. It's pretty much true. You sure do love talking. Do they pay you by the word?
Typical. Running your mouth in the
You're the one running her mouth.
It's almost as if you delighted chaos.
Well, yes.
My reports describe you as one of Halcyon's strongest people. I think of you as a brute.
Oh, no.
I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
Yeah, but you didn't check me off, so here I am. Oh, you're making me blush with all this.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by your impertinence. Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake. But it is a mistake I intend to correct.
Uh-huh.
I have Dr. Wells in my custody.
Yeah, I see him.
Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Of course you can. Anyway, don't test me, Sophia. It's very bad for your health.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence.
Good.
Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm going to be rescuing Phineas, and I'm going to go through you if I have to.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
He's all, I'm listening from right here. I know this is all just a big old farce, so there it is. Standing and waiting, our final boss of the game. And here I'm ready to fight. Let's go and make sure we have our best clothes on for the occasion. You got your top hats, everyone? Very good. Which one do I want? Two-handed melee? Sure, we'll slap that on.
Entering quiet.
Sneak? Almost 10,000 damage. Sneak? Only 4,000 that time because we lost the sneak bonus. What? Where'd it go? Where the hell is it? There it is. The dodge ram. Does do some damage. Oh, good work. Turns out my auto mechanical was better. Good work, Sam. Nyoka, you alright? Nyoka's fine. You guys didn't even break a sweat. I'm the one inhaling over here. Alright, let's put on our good clothes again. There we go. Thought that was a door there for a moment. All of a sudden, this is the fanciest prison ever.
Why won't you just die?
Because I don't want to. Taking your key. Thanks for playing.
Want me out of here!
Hey there, friend. This one.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue.
Well, she did shoot at me first.
You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Yep, I'm the coolest. Anyway, are you alright? What'd they do to you?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
That's good. Oh, great. Well, I was just about to pop open some drinks and celebrate. Now you have to bring down the mood. I'm really not in the mood for your theatrics. No, I wanted to open some drinks.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands.
Uh-huh.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
We were the Outer Worlds all along. All right, well, we got a lot of work ahead of us. We best get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time.
He is very dark brown.
We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
That sounds like a lot of paperwork, to be honest. Anyway, I got this whole chairman in my pocket, and if he tries anything funny, I'll squish him. He knows it's a very, very strong threat. So, you know, no one's gonna know I'm really running the colony from the shadows, alright?
The chairman?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you let that heartless creature live, but I'll have to trust your judgment. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Indeed. He has nothing further to say, just one empty text window.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on.
Hooray!
In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Without Lulia Hagen, Sublight Salvage fell apart.
Good.
The company fractured, devolving into a series of unregulated criminal gangs, fences, and smugglers. Their facade of legitimacy quickly faded. In time, the Sublight family was forgotten.
I remember emptying that office. Very satisfying.
Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat.
Damn it, I could have had that
Under the
hat.
leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered slugs transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care.
Surely they named that one, right?
The dairy rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably. Although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted.
What, the cow or the
Due to
person?
The board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies.
That's foreboding.
Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came.
It didn't?
There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands.
Good. It's like there
As
was.
much as he enjoyed
We disassembled the board.
Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create.
Good.
He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless, unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself. Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood.
What happened with Julie?
While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. Chairman Rockwell served as the public face for the changes in Halcyon to come. Whenever you needed strings pulled or a voice to sell a policy change, Rockwell was only too happy to oblige.
That's right, you look sad.
As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived.
We did Doodle Smasher.
Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you? The unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon.
It's looking all caked up in this photo.
You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and made Chairman Rockwell your own puppet, a role he was all too eager to play.
Because I love having someone's hand up my ass.
The colony never realized you were the true power behind the new administration. By acting vicariously through agents and third parties, you controlled Halcyon from the shadows. As a result, Halcyon survived the turbulent years that were to follow. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Or at least until the second game releases this year. That has been The Outer Worlds. Let me go and turn down my headphones real quick. Pretty alright game, but as I said earlier in this particular session, it still has the same problem where it is very, very easy. Especially as you get later in the game. At the beginning, it can be pretty difficult, only because you don't have, your feet under you just yet. But once you do, I mean, you could just run over this game. That was especially true at launch. This game is definitely harder now with the Spacer's Choice Edition, but it's still pretty damn easy, especially if you do any of those DLCs. That's where the real teeth of this game is. I'm glad you enjoy there, Blaze Skull, and everyone else. Some of it is contrived, but you know what? It's all right. There's sometimes contrived writings are acceptable. Whenever I play this game, I think of Interstellar, which has really just contrivance upon contrivance, and this is not even close. And Interstellar has a lot of redeeming qualities, as this game does. The whole food situation in the galaxy, where it's like, we're not getting enough nutrients in our food. I'm like, there's so many ways this could be solved, but maybe in this crazy universe we live in, we don't know about those ways, right? Because you can literally grow like tomatoes in water with nutrients in it using hydroponics, and they're fantastic. And that's IRL. But maybe they just don't have that. Maybe they don't have that technology in this pseudo-futuristic, retro-futuristic universe. It's hard to tell. So we'll just let it happen. We need some sort of thing to give us hopelessness so we can go and fight it. And that's what this famine is. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I like the depth of the mechanics, at least in the ones that are presented, the way that you can attack pretty much everything in this mission in any way you want. If you want to do it with as little combat as possible, you can. I showed you a bit of that during the end and throughout the series. Like, you can use speed challenges, you can use stealth. You could probably do a pacifist run of this game if you wanted to. You probably have to do it without anybody in your group, but it probably is possible. And also, you could do a genocide run. You could kill everyone in this game, and it would probably be completable. And I don't think there's a single person in this game who has plot armor that would save them like they do in, say, Skyrim. Which is very infuriating. There's not even a message like in Morrowind, where it's like, listen, you killed a plot essential character, you host the entire plot. It's like, if you killed Phineas, you could probably still go. Like, the only reason he's behind that glass is so you can't kill him before that particular moment. But as far as plot armor is concerned, that's acceptable, right? Right. Imagine the board policies ended with the generation after the generation of Obsidian servants who, yeah, they couldn't think their way out of a wet box. That's one other kind of contrivance with this game that you have to look past. It's like, everyone who came on the Groundbreaker, which I can only assume is all the other colonists other than the Hope, they're all fucking stupid. There's not a singular smart person on the Groundbreaker, at least originally. They're all the worst people. How did they get sent to this system? No one knows. But they're all dumbasses. There's maybe some people that are a little smarter, like you have Phineas, and maybe that one woman who, the sublight Lilia, she thought she was a fucking alien. Maybe there's a few smart people, but by and large, it's like, these people, how do they even take care of themselves? Yeah, maybe that's also true. Maybe they're more interested in holding their position because it's a little subtle. There's an overarching theme of overly corporate bureaucracy in this video game. Again, very subtle, hard to pick up, not ham-fisted, as maybe would have been more in their interests. Wink, 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 wink. But yeah, that's a big overarching theme. So maybe that was part of it. Who knows what Earth was operating like before this? And apparently the Hope don't have that sort of issue where they're all obsessed with corporate bureaucracy or something, right? You know, it's, again, you just kind of have to hand wave it away, suspend your disbelief to have a good time and have a good narrative, or have a fun narrative. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can have fun with it. There's a lot of fun little instances in this game. The ones with the giant sprats, where the guy was saving the sprats and there's poop all over the place in his house. I don't think I'll ever forget that. And then, of course, there's the guy with the audible winking who is in the same town of Fallbrook. It's fucking stupid, but also, it's fun. You gotta have some fun. I love Sam. I love our other characters, too. We didn't even see who that last cohort was. I'll leave that again for you to find. Several planets we didn't explore. Several things for you to do on your own adventure. Will you have new science weapons, or will you explore guns? Or maybe other, like, melee weapons. There's a lot of stuff you could do that we didn't do on this, and I invite you to do so. Again, this game will likely be free again in the future on Epic Game Store. Like this Spacer's Choice Edition, I did not pay for. This is one I got for free from Epic Games sometime in the past. I could probably look it up while we're watching this actually go. I've gotten like at least 200 plus games from that system. Let's see, Spacer's Choice. Do I have the email for that still? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, I do. Yep. I did get it for free. I got it in 2003, December 26th of 2003 from the Epic Game Store for fucking free. So keep an eye out for that. It'll probably happen again, probably even this month, because again, if the stars align and I can preload the video game, we will be playing another game by Obsidian tomorrow, and that is Avowed, their take on the Elder Scrolls. I will be attempting an unarmed playthrough of that. I'm not sure how viable it is. I know they have perks in that game that do power up some of what you can do with hand-to-hand combat. 2023, did I misspeak, Peter? It was in 2003. This game was released in 2019. But either way, Avowed, we'll try that. We'll see what's possible. I'm not sure if it's going to be as deep. I have high hopes for what that game will be based on what we saw here. And I hope that Obsidian took to heart the criticisms criticisms they had on this game to make a better one. I think that this is pretty alright. It definitely is a lot more stable than Fallout New Vegas ever was. Which it very much was not, in case you never played Fallout New Vegas anywhere within launch. It was fucking awful. Especially the DLCs. Like, Point Lookout, every time I'd go outside, bam, it fucking crashed. So, like, I just want to get inside so the game doesn't crash. This game, we had one full-on crash. Thank you, JJ, for the affiliate anniversary. We beat it already. It took, I don't know. Let me look at my playlist on Twitch. I actually couldn't add stuff to it. It's probably, I think this was 5 sessions? Look, thanks about numbers. We did 25. Yeah, so we beat it in like 28 hours. And there's still content left. I left the Gorgon DLC on the table. There's still several others with the missing compatriot you can have on the crew. Several other things you can take a look at. But yeah, pretty alright game. We'll probably be playing more RPGs this month as well. Just in case you didn't hear earlier, I will be playing through Mojima's Pirate Yakuza game after we get done with Avowed. Maybe as we do Avowed. I'm not sure how long Avowed will take. Will it be 28 hours like this? Maybe. It's hard to say. But we will be playing that as a traditional Yakuza game. Hey, there he is. I told you it was Steve Bloom, that piece of trash. I don't really have anything against Steve Bloom. He's not everyone in this universe in 2025. That was a past time, and he's become a rare treat instead of ubiquitous. So I only say piece of trash with affection nowadays. Oh boy, 49,000 points, and then Arrow can have another one of his dream games. Well, I'm glad I could make that dream come true. Let's snooze that ad again so we can see the remainder of these, and I can just yap for a few more minutes. Let's play Steve Bloom or Jackie Chan. I haven't seen too many Jackie Chans as far as our voice actors are concerned. That would be different. I wouldn't be able to identify him. Yeah, we'll see how Avowed goes, though. As you folks may know, my favorite Elder Scrolls is still going to be Daggerfall because, well, it just has the best sort of dynamics for having fun in an RPG situation. It's like, if I want to be a guy who just punches things to death because he was cursed by Sheogorath, I can do so. Or I can have any number of other backgrounds. If I want to be like a person who's skilled in only linguistics, as our good friend Grimmeth did, I can do that. I was kind of disappointed in Skyrim, as many were, because Bethesda is kind of dumbed down their particular RPGs, iteration after iteration. Is to the point, it's not much. It's actually getting to the point where Minecraft has a similar depth, and probably will out-depth it soon if it hasn't already. You can do a pugilist run of Skyrim. I've done it. I have done it, Daikami-sama. It's on my channel. And yes, it isn't terribly fun. If you do want to do that yourself, I definitely implore you to look at the Fist of the North Star mod, which makes it much more interesting and fun. But really, you should be playing the Fist of the North Star game. It is even better than Skyrim. Our good friend Alan has that game. He should play it, on stream or off. Before buying other games, I wag my finger. You know what I'm talking about. You're looking for other games to play. Well, you already have one. You already have Fist of the North Star, which is the best RGG game there is, as far as I'm concerned. Man, these games have so many goddamn developers, testers, and other things nowadays. Even their system admin, their sysadmin is in here. Even their junior sysadmin is in here. Amazing. Fantastic. Anyway, I've run out of other things to talk about, I think. It's only it's a console exclusive. It's only for the PlayStation. Is it only for the PlayStation 3? Let's look. That's something I could talk about. Fist of the North Star game. I think it's only for PlayStation 3. Game. There's a list of games. Well, which one? We're not talking about the one for the PC Engine, that's for sure. There's one for PlayStation 2, Mega Drive. There's one for a Mega Drive. Well, shit. That's one I'll have to check out. Might be an excuse to actually do some retro games. Really, there are a lot of Fist of the North Star games. It's like it was a popular video game, huh? I can't even remember what the subtitle of that game was. Was it Ken's Rage? I think it may have been. Yeah, I think it was Ken's Rage. Or at least that's the one I'm looking at. No, it can't be it, because that one's by Koei Tecmo. Man. My games are in the other room, or I just go fucking look. Where's my chat window? Excuses, I know. Yeah, it is so close to pirate, I understand. There's so many of those damn Yakuza games. Lost Paradise, that's what it was. Apparently there's more than one for the PlayStation 3. What the fuck? Lost Paradise. Oh, it's PlayStation 4. I guess I was confused because it plays like Yakuza 4, and I'm like, that was a PlayStation 3 game. Yeah, that's good shit right there. God, that's good shit. Still need to play through the canon difficulty of that game. I'm gonna have to relearn that game though, because that one's actually hard. That one's actually very fucking hard. Even the first fight, I remember saying, I'm gonna play this without going through New Game Plus for canon difficulty. Yeah, that's harder than Ninja Gaiden. Far harder than Ninja Gaiden is. Shen will kick your ass. I think his name's Shen. Either way, your first effective real combat in that game will absolutely fucking whoop your ass. Or is his name Shin? The blonde man, Shin, that's right. Whew. I gotta play that one again. No PlayStation 4 emulators just yet, so you can't get that on PC. Maybe someday, though. They ported so many games to the PC, RGG. It's really makes me happy. Really makes me happy. Seriously, why are there so many people working on this video game? There's no way for me to make this go faster? Okay, there we go. Anyone else who worked on this game, I'm thankful for what you did, but we do not have time for you to be recognized, all right? People, if you haven't played Outer Worlds yet, go and play it. This is my final endorsement for this game. Or maybe buy Avowed when it comes out. I'll go ahead and give you a review of that when I actually play it tomorrow or whenever that happens. Because just like Starfield, it's kind of being released a little bit early if you pay enough. So I'll go ahead and fall on that sword so you don't have to. Anyway, that's been The Outer Worlds. I'll see you in the next LP. Ta-ta for now.